Yo, what's up? It's your boy Drumatic. Today we're back with my favorite song off of the Eminem album. This and Not Alike are easily my two favorite songs if I had to pick two. I like the whole project. Kamikaze is amazing from beginning to end. But there is two songs on this album that I can't stop playing. Not Alike is just amazing because it's just bar heavy, the beat's hard, and it's fun to listen to. Then you have Lucky You, which is two of my favorite rappers in the whole world. If you'd have told me that I was going to get a song with Joyner and Eminem in a few months ago, I wouldn't even have believed you. And it's not that I didn't think Joyner was good enough to rap with Eminem, but I didn't know if Joyner was even on Eminem's radar. But those who know Eminem know he only works with dope MCs. If you're not top notch, then you ain't even getting on his joint anyway. That's why he worked with Kendrick before and blah, you know. That's just how it is. He only works with kings. But Joyner Lucas, at this point, has become, to me, the best video maker in the game. Yes, he's one of the best rappers in the game all around. He makes some of the best music. But really, his videos are top-notch every single time. And he's made easily the best videos around for the last 2 years. Now, the first video I ever saw with Joyner Lucas was Ross Capriani or Cappuccini or something like that. I'm not sure how you say his last name. It's about a kid who befriends another kid at a school that he went to and then starts hanging out in kind of a bad area with his buddy, and then his buddy ends up using him, and it's like a gang initiation, and it's a true story, and it's the first video that Joyner really made noise on. I remember when he showed it to Busta Rhymes. Busta was practically in tears, blown away, saying this might be the greatest video I've ever seen. And that was the first video I've ever seen from Joyner Lucas, so if that tells you anything. But since then, he's released like Happy Birthday, Sorry, I'm Not Racist, and other videos that are just epic little movies. But now on to Lucky You. I'm hoping that he directed this. I really don't know if he did or not. I just saw this came out today. I'm just excited to react to it because I'm a gigantic Joyner Lucas and Eminem fan, so let's get to it. So right off the bat, you can just see the cinematics in it, and it doesn't look like an Eminem video at all. I mean, literally, no one started rapping yet, and I can just tell by the visual that it's probably not done by his team. Don't mark my words on that. I'm not sure if Joyner Lucas really directed this or not. I'm sure it'll say on here. If it doesn't, I'll check it out. But either way, I was really hoping he would do this because this will be a really cool video if that's what happened.
And did a lot of things in my day, I admit it, I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. All my life I won a Grammy, but I probably never get it. I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon. Fuck the system.
So most of us have heard this song by now because Kamikaze's been out for a little bit and it's been all over the place. So I know a lot of people have probably already heard this song because it's been on the internet. Now the video just dropped. So really that's what I'm reacting to. I do think the song itself is already incredible, like I said. They both absolutely rap their faces off on this joint. So shout out to both them guys because it's unbelievable. When I listen to this shit on my ride, and I'm like, damn, you're both snapping. Now as I look at the visual though, I see these little creepy dudes in the background with red eyes, and I really don't know what they're up to. It's hard for me to really make out so far what the video is about, so let's just keep it going.
I'm that nigga, bend the law, cut the rules. I'm about to risk it all. I ain't got too much to lose. Y'all been eating long enough. It's my turn to cut the food. Pass the plate with my drink. This my day. Lucky you. Fuck you too. Woo!
It looks like these things are following them around so far. I really don't know the symbolism behind it. Maybe it could be symbolizing how they just kind of are followed in everything that they do in every aspect of their life. Having a little bit of privacy and being able to do their thing on their own. I know a lot of people think Em just locks himself in his house, but he's always been big on privacy. He doesn't like everybody all up in his business. I mean, that's respectable. When you get to a certain point, dude, I'm sure you just kind of lock yourself away from the world, hang out with your rich-ass friends, and that's about it.
Better to level up in the ghetto, looking for something I probably can never find now. Shit irrelevant till the beat die down. The truth niggas just really want me tied down. I've been alone and I never needed nobody, just only me and my shawty. I tell these niggas to lie down. Keep all the money, I never wanted a lifestyle. I just pray to God I'm gonna be all right now.
Now right there, when he flips double time and really snaps, Joyner shows how easy and effortless it is for him to rap like that. I mean, I've heard people say, oh, I don't like when people rap fast. Well, most of the time I hear that comment from somebody, it's from a rapper that can't rap fast. So I can kind of get it. I mean, you think Too Short's going to jump on a track with Tech 9? Nah. But Too Short still can appreciate what Tech 9 does, I would hope.
Cracker, been the law, fuck the rules. Man, I used to risk it all. Now I got too much to lose. I've been eating long enough. Man, my stomach should be full. I just ate, lick the plate, my buffet. Lucky me, fuck you think.
It's weird watching M try and gig and get down and try and be a little more like up to date with his moves. He looks a little awkward. As much as I love Eminem, one thing I do agree with MGK is that beard's a little weird. M starts off rather simple in this song. You really don't know if he's going to be able to keep up with what Joyner does. But the Eminem that I know would never have a problem keeping up with anybody. So I wasn't really worried about it. It's just he started off kind of slow. But so did Joyner. If you notice in the first verse with Joyner kind of starts off rapping kind of slow, real chill. Gets to the second part of the verse about 8 bars in and kind of like flips it up a little bit and speeds it up just a tiny bit. And then he gets to the end of the verse and he just chops the whole rest of the way. So when you get someone who has that kind of ability to kind of showcase their skills, that's what you're going to get.
Are they doing everything we do? Bro, they was doing everything we've been doing since the whole shit. They've been copying me all day. Watch this.
Really?
Now the breakdown of this video is really entertaining. Like I said, I do think that Joyner directed this. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I really have not looked. I probably should have before I did the review, but I didn't, so my bad. M says to Joyner, who are these dudes following us? Joyner's like, I don't know, they've been following us the whole time, like doing everything that we're doing. And M's like, what? And so they start doing all kinds of funny stuff, and they're just kind of mimicking them.
Got a couple of mentions, still I don't have any manners. You got a couple of ghostwriters, but to these kids it don't actually matter.
We live in a world where there's terms like clout chasing followers and don't really have their own ideas or their own talent. So I think a lot of this is just, you know, like whatever we tell these guys to do, they're going to do. Like the whole world's just a bunch of puppets. There's some truth in that for sure, because, I mean, just watch how the kids act. You see all these kids popping Xans, drinking lean. They're dying from it. Kids are mimicking it.
Actually coming from humble beginnings, I'm somewhat uncomfortable winning. I wish I could say what a wonderful feeling. We're on the upswing like we're punching the ceiling, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject is killing me. The inability to pin humility.
Now, what I like about this verse so much from Eminem is he's not just rapping fast and showing you, listen, I can rap like this, I can gig, I can do my thing. Really what he's doing is just kind of showcasing his skills and showing everybody, like, really this is nothing that I can't do. And not only does he do it, he does it well.
Why don't we make a bunch of fucking songs about nothing and mumble and bucket? I'm going for the juggler. Shit is a circus. You clowns that are coming up don't give an ounce of a motherfucker about the ones who are here before you that made rap. It's recap, way back, and sees that.
He's trying to explain to everybody kind of how this shit works and where he comes from. And then when he gets to the whole humble beginnings part and really starts to get cooking and you can feel the momentum building up, man, he just goes bananas. That whole part after that, he really takes charge at that point and pretty much just absolutely tears your face off the rest of that verse. It's one of my favorite verses on the entire album. It really showcases his skill on how he can say a lot while he's rapping, keep it clear, pronounce everything, his delivery is sharp, everything's good, he rhymes really well, lots of wordplay, triple multis, all kinds of stuff.
Recap on tape decks, 8 dats with a G raps and came that we need 3 stacks, ASAP and bring that the ace back cause tap for these rappers have brain.
All packed in this little verse and then just chops and lets everybody know I can do all of that and still chop and still go fast and keep my syllables cut. So people don't really understand the level of ability that man has, but hopefully someday people can get it. Now when he's like, the bubble, let's make a bunch of songs about nothing, that part where he really starts to kind of like just that whole stuttering stuff is really Eminem. Like you haven't really heard no rappers do that stuff. You might hear people try and mimic Eminem or whatever, stuff like that, but that whole like, listen real close to what he does.
It's killing me, the inability to pin humility. Why don't we make a bunch of fucking songs about nothing and mumble and bucket? I'm going for the juggler. Shit is a circus, you clown.
Eminem's one of the first people I've ever heard in my life rhyme in the middle of the words. Like a lot of times you hear everyone kind of hit the punch at the end. They'll say their word, they might have a double multi, so it's hi-hat, and then they want to rhyme it with something like that, right? Because they both have the same rhymes. But what happens is, you get someone like Eminem, he's going to rhyme the middle of the word and carry it on the next word, and then he might rhyme the end of the next word with the middle of the last word, which is not stuff that you see rappers doing. So when I figured out what M was doing and found out that he was pretty much just different than everybody else and he wasn't even rhyming on your basic structure, I really started to admire what he did. I started to pay more attention. If you don't realize how good of a rapper Eminem is, I would go into YouTube, put in any of his lyric videos, and just watch the lyrics as he raps them. You will see the wordplay. You can see it. It's visually put out for you, and you can see how intense it gets. I don't think people realize that. We all sit down, we write a 16. Cool, the verse is done, sounds cool. Cool, say it with some swag, stay on beat. Everything's going to turn out right. Now, you get people like Eminem, they do that same thing, but there's just a lot more involved in the process.
The ones that were here before you that made rap is recap, way back, MCs that recap on tape decks, 8 dats with a G raps and came that we need 3 stacks, ASAP, and bring that to the ace back.
And he does talk about how he feels like the younger generation doesn't give a lot of respect to the older cats and the ones that kind of paved the way for this stuff to happen today. Brings up 3 stacks and the G raps and stuff, and that's just his way of showing respect to hip hop. That's what M does. That's why he'll always have a place in hip hop. He's always showing respect. So many people want to say, oh, he's just some white boy who doesn't belong here, and that's not true at all. The dude, his whole time, his entire career, has showed nothing but respect for hip-hop and the culture itself. Yeah, the music's different, but it did evolve from your basic boom-bap hip-hop. So if the music that you're hearing right now all came from that lane, you would think that everybody that's involved would be super appreciative of everybody that paved the way, correct? Like, if there was no road to walk down, you wouldn't be walking down a road. You'd be on a dirt trail somewhere, doing your own thing, lost, trying to find your way out of the woods.
That, but I think it's inevitable. They know what button to press it will ever the pull to give me the snap though. And if I paid attention, I'm probably making it bigger. But you've been taking your dicks on a fucking backhoe. On the freaking minute, got me thinking of finishing everything with a seed of minutes and reaping.
Now that was awesome. When he says boom and that whole thing goes flying like that, that's cool. It was already pretty cool just kind of having them creep around the background and copying everything they're doing. Like I said, the whole breakdown was really entertaining with them dabbing and all that. But really, like the whole, when he does that and everything goes flying, that's cool. That's what I like. I like seeing a little bit different stuff I haven't seen before. It's almost his way of saying, like, man, get rid of all these. You know what I mean? Just a quick little jab.
The benefits, I'm asleep at the wheel again as I begin to thinking about an evil intent of another beat, I'm a kill again. Cause even if I gotta end up eating a pill again, even ketamine and methamphetamine with a mini, then it better be at least 70 or 300 milligram. And I might as well, cause I'ma end up being a villain again. Levels to the shit, I got an elevator. You could never say to me, I'm not a fucking record breaker. I sound like a broken record every time I break a record. Nobody could ever take away the legacy I made. I never cater, motherfucker, never got a right to be this way.
This is incredible. This is when M snaps, loses his mind, starts talking about ketamine and methamphetamine and going nuts, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's just rhyming big words. Listen closer. If you really listen, he's not just rhyming big words. He's saying a lot of stuff. You just have to be able to break down those big words to know what he's saying. And if you can't do that, then I don't know what to tell you. Get a dictionary or something. But as far as him rapping, man, he's already shown to me numerous times that it doesn't matter who he's with. Now everyone's like, damn, Joyner went freaking nuts at the beginning of this. Is Eminem gonna be able to do this? Come on, man. Like, that's what I keep trying to tell everybody about Eminem. It doesn't matter what you do. Everyone's like, oh my God, MGK's rap devil is gonna bury him. He's never gonna come out of this. This is insane. No.
Gotta move, yeah. Y'all gotta move, yeah.
I gotta move. Give me some room. Give me some room. Give me the juice.
That doesn't happen to Eminem. It just doesn't. People don't get it. And I'm not mad. And I'm not a stan. I love MGK and Eminem. I just don't think people get it. If you did, you wouldn't say those things. Because the guy had always came back hard no matter what. You know, when Speed 'em dropped with Tech Nine rapped the best he possibly could. And honestly, Tech Nine's one of the greatest choppers in history. And when he started chopping, he's thinking, well, I got Eminem on this song. I doubt he's much of a chopper, so I'm just going to kind of, you know, make a name for myself right now by just snapping, and then M's going to have to just kind of try and keep up. Well, that's not really what happened. He snapped, and then Eminem went absolutely berserk. And I think that when you push somebody to that level and you give someone like Eminem a little bit of time to respond and to write and think about what he's doing, you're in trouble. I know everybody's on MGK's nuts right now, so shout out to MGK. I'm a fan myself. Eminem, though, is no one to play with. Like I said, we've all heard this song already. I think a lot of people like this song. It's one of the doper songs on the album, if you ask me. Two of my favorite rappers in the world in it. The only way this song could have ever been better to me was you put Locksmith in it or something. Other than that, it couldn't get any better. So shout out to Joyner, shout out to Eminem. Let's review this bad boy. The beat to this track is something that you wouldn't hear from Eminem normally. So right off the bat, this beat, I'm going to give it a 5. Just because it is outside of what M does, and jumped on it and destroyed it and shredded it to pieces. The content is really good. I really like what they're talking about. I like that they're not just rapping. They do have a concept, and if you really listen close, you'll understand what they're trying to get at. As far as the content goes, I'm going to give them a 4 because they weren't just rapping about nothing. The hook was real simple, but I liked it because it's that whole little y'all gotta move, give me some room. I get that. He's basically, there's all like back off, you know. Everyone's just kind of following everywhere they go. It's like back off, just give me some space, let me do what I do without you breathing down my neck. So I like that. Simple as it was, I'm gonna give him a 4 on the hook. Flow, I don't even really need to think much about this. The flow was phenomenal from beginning to end of the song. They both did a great job, so it's a 5 for sure. This is a 4.5 to a 5 total score. I want to give it a 5 because I think the song's incredible. As a matter of fact, I need to raise the bar for some people, so hey, we're giving this a 5. This video, this song, as a whole, is a 5 stars. This is Lucky You from Kamikaze by Eminem featuring Joyner Lucas, 2 of the greatest rappers in the world on the same song together, so you can't go wrong. Very entertaining video, cool visual. I like the concept, so shout out to you guys. I will definitely be watching that video again. This is your boy Drumatic. Make sure you subscribe, hit the little notification bell, throw me a like if you feel like it. I'll talk to you next time.